Hi everyone, it's been a while. Kingsley Krah here. Today I want to share something with you about choices. And life presents us with so many choices, and as young people, one of the stressful moments we find ourselves is when we suddenly have to make choices and we have to decide and choose between many options that are presented to us. Where to school, where to go, where to stay, where to work, where to do your national service, so many choices, who to date, who to marry. We are just presented with so many choices. And sometimes it can be very stressful, especially when growing up, it's been our parents making choices for us, it's been our parents making decisions for us. What you wear is what they decide for you, what you eat is what they eat, and it's almost like even your movements are restricted because your parent decides what time you should come back home and what time you should go out and all that. And then suddenly you get to a point and you suddenly have to make those decisions all by yourself. I can acknowledge the fact that sometimes I get very difficult, and sometimes we can make mistakes with the choices that we have to make. But hey, that is where you find yourself as a young person. So, some few pointers for today. The first one is that you must understand that every choice you make as a young person has consequences. Choices have consequences. So, whoever you choose to go to school at, it has consequences. You may meet some people, you may not meet some people, and often a choice for this will mean that you are giving up on another. And whatever decision you make, there are consequences to it. So don't just make choices without considering the fact that, hey, will I be happy with the consequence that may come out of this decision that I will make? It's very, very important. The second thing is that you must understand that there are good choices and there are bad choices. That also means that the options that are available on your table now, some of them may not be good for you, and some may be good and some may not be good. So it is up to you to filter the bad ones from the good ones, just so that the decision that you make, you wouldn't regret making them. Because there are some decisions that you will make today that you may not be happy with the outcome, and you will not be proud that I made those choices or I made those decisions. So try your very best. First of all, know that there are good ones and there are bad ones. So make the good ones and try your very best and filter the bad ones from the good ones, so that you'll be proud of whatever decision that you end up making. The third thing is that some choices that you make as a young person may be good today but may not be good tomorrow. Sometimes we make choices because those choices are relevant now, or those choices makes us happy today. But the fact that something is making you happy today does not mean that it will make you happy tomorrow. So I will encourage you that before you make that decision and before you make that choice, put tomorrow in view and ask yourself that in 10 years time, in 5 years time, if I look back, will I be happy about the choice I'm making? Will I be proud of the choice will I be able to stick to it and boldly say that I stand by this choice 10 years that I made 10 years ago. I stand by this choice I made 5 years ago. Will you be able to say that? So don't just make the choice because it makes you happy today, and don't just make those choices because you are just thinking about just today. Don't think just about today. Think about tomorrow. Have tomorrow also in view when you are making the choice. Just so that in 10 years, in 5 years, in the future, you wouldn't regret making those choices. But you will still be proud and say that I'm happy with the choice I made some 10 years ago and I want to stick to it. Then the next one is also that before you make any choice, subject your choices to a multitude of counselors. The Bible says that in a multitude of counsel, there is safety. Safety is in the multitude of counsel. If you are about to make a choice, why not ask people who have experience in that area or in that field, that this is what I'm thinking about doing, or this is what I'm thinking about embarking on. What will you advise? Do you think I should go left or I should go right? I quite remember I had a church member who finished high school and wanted to go to the university. This person was staying with somebody who hadn't really gone to school that much and didn't really have much knowledge about university education. However, this church member actually took counsel from this person, and the person said that, oh, go to this particular university because I have heard that the university is okay. So they picked a form for that university and then they applied, and then eventually they got admission, went to make payment and all that. I still didn't know about the fact that this church member had gotten admission to this particular university until I hadn't seen her for a while. So I called and said, oh, she's gotten admissions in the university. I said, which school? Then she mentioned the name of the university. I had never heard of that university before. So I asked her, who told you about, how did you hear about the university? So somebody said there's a good university, that's why I went. Then I said, okay, why not find out? Have you done any research? She said no. So I said, oh, Charlie, why not Google? Make some investigation and let's see. It turned out that the university that this lady chose actually had no accreditation. So if she had continued in that particular school and had graduated, whatever certificate she was going to get from that particular university wouldn't have had any value in the job market. So I asked her that, why didn't you consult? Because we are in a very big church with so many people. We have professors in our churches, we have doctors in our church, we have lecturers and all that. You could have consulted these people. So I just directed her, I talked to this person. Eventually, she had to withdraw from that particular university. And then from the counsel of these experienced people, she took their advice, and now she has graduated from a very reputable university, and she did very well. You could see how this lady's life would have turned out if she hadn't consulted the right people. That is why the Bible says, in a multitude of counsel, there is safety. Subject your choice to good people of experience. Is it about job? Maybe why not find out about somebody who has worked in that particular organization before? It will help you it will inform you about what to do. Is it about marriage? Why not ask some people who have married before to find out about the choice? Is it about school? Is it about the course you want to choose or the course you want to decide on? Just, there are people. Ask people who have experience in that area, and they can be of immense help. They can guide you just so that your choices eventually can be good. And the final thing is that pray about that choice. Yes. Pray about it, because the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. And the Bible says that commit your ways unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he will bring it to pass. Commit that choice, commit that decision into God's hand, and trust that God will help you, just so that the choices that you are making or you will make will turn out to be good. Finally, maybe you are listening to me, a young person, and maybe you've made some choices and you regret. Hey, it's not over. Retrace your steps, come back. You can start all over again and go through these steps that I've just listed and start all over again. And I believe that together we'll forge ahead and we'll see a brighter future. I hope you've learned something today. I hope you've learned something from what I've shared about choices today. And I'm hoping to see you in my next video. God bless you for joining me. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so and recommend this channel to a friend or anybody as well. And I believe that it will continue to be a blessing. Until we meet again on this same channel, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.